Of course, everyone's heard about drinking around the world at Epcot, but what if I told you there's a place that you can do it bigger, boozier, and with zero rules? In fact, in Las Vegas, you can drink 24/7 basically. So get your notepads ready because I'm about to show you how to drink and eat and explore the whole world all in one place, and that's the fabulous Las Vegas. I know you all love a good margarita, so let's start off in Mexico. There are a number of different Mexican restaurants all over the Las Vegas Strip, but I like Chayo Kitchen. This is located by the link, and their mezcal margarita is so good. And look at all this tequila. You can have a field day here. And for a real Mexican experience, I'm going to have you go over to Fashion Show Mall. There's Colors of Mexico is an interactive exhibit right now. And the price you pay to go in and experience Mexican art, you can come outside of it, use it for a beverage, use it for some food. You can use it on artwork. There's a bunch of different things you could use your credit on. Some other Mexican favorites on the Strip to eat is Nacho Daddy. There's also Carlos and Charlie's, which has an amazing happy hour and dancing. There's also some Las Vegas favorites taco places up by Resorts World. And then we also have Gonzalez, which has awesome dancing on the weekends. Let's get our next stamp on our passport in the Middle East. Have a tea in Egypt over at the Luxor. I know you guys know this iconic stop. The best place to get a photo with the Sphinx is right off the tram and right inside the lobby. When you're ready for a Middle Eastern meal, head over to Miznan inside of the Encore. You can smell the food as soon as you open the door. My friend got the steak pita. They've got a number of different things like kebabs and vegetarian friendly options. They've got additional seating right around the corner there. And if you're in the mood for shawarma, head over by Old Red over in front of the Horseshoe, and you're gonna go to Istanbul Mediterranean. They cut the meat right in front of you, and they have a number of classics. For the next stamp in our passport, we are going to go back in time to England, the days of the castles. I'm taking you to Tournament of Kings, where the knights compete against each other, and it's also a dinner where you usually get some sort of chicken and a big goblet of drink. And just like the London Eye, Las Vegas has the High Roller, which is a bar inside of a Ferris wheel. You can have an English plate while you're inside, or you can have one over at Beer Park over at Paris. And grab a bite at one of Gordon Ramsay's spots on the Strip. Our next stamp will be Ireland, and we've got Rera's Pub. It's actually an old Irish pub they took from Ireland and put it in Las Vegas. Can you believe that? Everyone will tell you they have the best Guinness in town. They also have a Guinness store attached. You could also head over to Nine Fine Irishmen, where the soup of the day is Guinness with a shot of Jameson. They've got some really good corned beef sandwiches and some Irish classics. And keep an eye out for their schedule because they often play Irish music here. For our next stamp in our passport, we are going to Italy, and honestly, Las Vegas is covered with Italy. There is Italian stuff all over the place. So let me show you some of my favorite stops. Italy inside Park MGM is going to have all your classics, your prosciutto, your pizza, your pasta, all that fun stuff. But I'm coming here for the Aperol Spritz. They have the best Aperol Spritz in town. And I know you've all heard of the Venetian, so of course we have to put it on our things to do because they've got the gondolas, they've got the whole 9 yards. I mean, down to the architecture, even walking on the floor is all very Italian. I already showed you where to get a really good Aperol Spritz. So here I'm going to have you stop and get some coffee and some of this delicious gelato. I mean, look, it just has fruit sticking right out of it. And if you want some really unique souvenirs, the Emporio next to the gondolas has really cool fun stuff. Our next stop in Italy is Rome over in Caesar's Palace. Even the escalators are really cool, and they have these columns. Caesar's Palace is just one of those places that everywhere you turn, there are statues everywhere. There are awesome places to get photos. So definitely make this a stop on your Italian adventure. And for most of the locations, they look just as cool at night, so make sure you take time to revisit them during the nighttime as well. Our next passport stamp for drinking around the world in Las Vegas is going to be Asia. So I'm going to bring you over to Resorts World, where I want you to put a lucky penny in this lion's mouth and have some good luck for the rest of the trip. Resorts World is going to give you a lot of Tokyo Drift kind of vibes. They've even got a Tesla tunnel underneath that goes back and forth from the convention center. But we didn't come to Resorts World for the architecture. We came here to eat because they have this amazing food court. They've got the best of celebrity chefs, and they've got a serve yourself bar. So whether you're looking for ramen or pho, dumplings, they've got it all here. For drinks, I'd suggest getting an Asian beer, but they also have a speakeasy in here. Just follow the Lucky Cats next to the food hall and you'll find it. And speaking of lucky cats, you'll find them scattered throughout the gift shops inside Resorts World with a number of other fun things. If you're looking to experience more of Asia, I would suggest coming here during the beginning of the year when it's Chinese New Year, because all of the different casinos will have a ton of pop-ups that will have different decorations, and especially Bellagio Gardens, they always do a special one just for Chinese New Year, and they specialize on whatever animal the year is for. Next up on our Drinking Around the World tour of Las Vegas, let's go over to Cuba. Over in the Flamingo, there is Havana 1957. You're gonna wanna have a Cuban sandwich here, and of course, you're gonna have to have a rum and coke or Cuba Libre. Whatever kind of rum-inspired cocktail tickles your fancy, this is the place to have it. If you want, you could even take your cocktail outside and check out the flamingo habitat in the back of the Flamingo. If flamingos are your thing, this is the spot for you. There are plenty of gift shops in here that have flamingo everything. You could also stop by Pinky's for a rum-based cocktail. This is the latest in the Vanderpump franchise, and if you drink over here, you'll be sure to see some ladies in feathers walking around. The next stamp on our passport is going to be France. A lot of you probably have seen Paris and the Eiffel Tower that they have jutting into the skies of Las Vegas. If you want that Parisian experience and want to stay here, I'll leave my room review up above. This was one of my favorite hotels to stay at because every inch of it feels like you're in France. Even the inside makes you feel like you're underneath the Eiffel Tower. And Mon Ami Gabi is hands down my favorite restaurant in all of Las Vegas. They've got the best French food in town, and I love their dirty martinis. It's not exactly French, but their champagne is really good as well. And if you sit out on their patio, this is the best place to sit and chill and have a drink and have some steak frites or some frisée au lardon or whatever you have a taste for. But you really feel like you're in a Paris cafe, and even the bathrooms are Parisian. Paris is one of the best locations on the Strip, and it's also one of the coolest hotels to stay at if you really want to feel like you got out of the USA and into the world of Europe. And for those of you that are not from United States, of course I have to put United States on our world tour because some things in Las Vegas are so American you can't deny it. Like walking through New York, you really feel like you're on the streets of New York City. And if you're here, I suggest going over to Tom's Watch Bar. They've got one of the best prime rib dip sandwiches in Las Vegas. Or you can head over to the deli in New York, because they've got a bunch of pastrami sandwiches and all that fun deli stuff. You really feel like you're in a New York deli when you go in here. Scattered around, you'll also see different graffiti and street art, which is all over the United States. And then I want you to get a chocolate martini from the Hershey store and explore all the weird flavors of candy there are in the United States. Cookies and mint Hershey's bars. I mean, where else are you gonna find a giant licorice Statue of Liberty? Only in America. And for those of you visiting, of course, we've got McDonald's, Taco Bell, Panda Express. These are some of our signature places. Subway, Whataburger. Basically, any fast food spot that you'll see is an American classic. Except White Castle. White Castle's hit or miss. This is where all the broke college kids go. Denny's, however, is one of those American staples. It's a breakfast diner, so cheap food that fills you up. And if you want to try an American beer, just get it at Walgreens. It's the cheapest. And as usual, we have some interesting flavors. Enjoy. You're also going to want to see some of the live bands that they have in Las Vegas. I like going to Old Red. They've got some really good ones. This next stop is a lot of fun. It's après-ski in Northern Europe. So we're going to go to -5 Ice Bar and get a frozen cocktail like their mudslide. Here they give you these big furry coats and everything inside is frozen, which is a nice break from Las Vegas's heat. And then you're going to head over to the Cosmopolitan to the ski lodge where you might run into an abominable snowman, but you're definitely going to want to try the ski shot and the toasted marshmallows. Now this part of the world is one that only Las Vegas can offer, and that is Wonderland. Even though Walt Disney may claim to have a Wonderland, the Wonderland in Las Vegas is going to blow your mind. You're gonna have to go to Super Frico. This is another of my favorite restaurants in Las Vegas. The food is delicious. You can honestly have any crazy cocktail here, any crazy food, but it's all about the ambiance because you never know who you're gonna see or what you're gonna see in this crazy Wonderland. If you are looking for one of those weird cocktails you can only have in Las Vegas, I really suggest going to the Chandelier Bar. They have the Verbena cocktail, and this makes your mouth go numb. Another part of Las Vegas, which is going to make you feel like you're in Wonderland, is the Bellagio Botanical Gardens. It starts from the moment you walk through the front door of the Bellagio, and as soon as you go into the gardens, the smells and sensations are just so beautiful. You get a similar sensation when you go into the Wynn, just the smell of all the fresh flowers, but I definitely suggest getting a drink at the Wynn because they have something called the Lake of Dreams. And every night this really explodes into a light show and water show, and they have all these puppets, and you never know what show you're going to get. So let me know in the comments, which country are you going to start drinking at first? And if you hit the link in my description, it will take you to my cheat sheet for drinking around the world in Las Vegas. And always remember, there's a cheap way to do everything. Las Vegas always has free shows like the opera show at the Venetian. There are coupon deals at Fashion Show Mall. If you go to guest services, they'll give you a link to their online coupon book. There's things like Groupon for shows you want to see. Alternative, cheaper restaurants like Flights, so you get a chance to try everything for a small price. So make sure you hit that plus because I talk Las Vegas all the time and I've got tons of videos for you to watch. You should start with this one next because that's the one that YouTube thinks you're gonna like the most. I'll see you there.